thought I'd do a little round 6 preview video with upgrade season underway, and it's an important time when it comes to progressing our teams. First off though, I just want to thank the Centre Bounce boys, Big J and Joe. Really appreciate the shout out on Twitter. Just enjoy making SuperCoach videos as a hobby. We're in a good position right now, but still a long way to go, so hopefully we can get something out of it this year. Team selections have changed up the plan slightly, nothing major. Trades from last video were just about the same. Yesterday I reversed the Chandler part of the trade to go Noah Long out instead, with the news he'd be possibly out with hamstring tightness, and now he's been ruled out. Dylan Williams was also dropped, and he might be sub, so that's where another change comes in, so let's get that out of the way. Williams out, we'll go for now. Goulden into the mids, and when this wants to load, we will bring in, there we go, Matthew Johnson at 139k, less in the bank, but it's fine. We'll figure something out for next week. Like I said in the previous video, Will Day is our main target, so we should have enough to bring him in at 454k, I think he's at. So this will be the team now for round 6. Let's chuck Johnson on the bench, because Freo play first up and we could use him as a loop, possibly. I think I'd be confident enough to field Wilmot, so I might do that, and then go Constable into the mids and use him as a loop with Roberts. Yeah, we could do that. And then Errol on field, and unfortunately it's not possible to loop Chandler and Green, but we'll just leave Chandler on field, that's fine. Hoping we can gain some sort of advantage with a lot of people having Tom Green on the bench. We'll see how that all goes, but obviously we still need good luck on our side. But really liking how we look going into the round. Just looking at the bench again, the setup is a tad complicated, but we can work this out. We'll loop Johnson with McVie. If Johnson goes well, leave Constable where he is. We'll sub on McVie into the midfield if otherwise. We also have Bont VC that night, so if he goes well and Johnson goes well, this stays the same. We'll chuck the C on Constable. If we need McVie on field and Bont goes well enough, we'll chuck Madden on field, emergency on Chandler. And if the VC doesn't work out, then we don't need to worry about the captain loop in that case. So yeah, that's how we'll set it up. So I've put together a sheet here with premiums on each line and upgrade targets. Like I said in the previous video, really liking our top end premiums. In defense, we have Dawson, Dacos and Stewart covered. Midfield, Oliver, Laird, Miller and Bontempelli all covered. Feels like something I've struggled with in previous seasons, just missing a must-have or two on each line. I don't feel that this year. I think we've set ourselves up well heading into this upgrade season. Forward line, it's pretty much the same as the majority of people. And in the rucks, we're missing Tim English. That's the one thing I'm sweating on each week. But in defense, like I said before, Will Day will be our upgrade target for next week. I think what I like about him the most is that he's performed well even in big losses. He looks like the main midfielder in there. He can play inside and out. I think he can maintain that 95 to 105 average, and at that value, 454k, I'm more than happy to bring him back into the team next week. So that would make it 5 defenders, and for our last spot, I'm looking at Sicily, a down fortnight, hasn't been getting nearly as many cheap kicks and marks, and kick-in numbers are well down in favour of others. To be fair, in round 4 he played purely key back against Jeremy Cameron, so that wouldn't have helped. But Sicily at his best, he's absolutely top 6 material, definitely someone you want in the team. And we could get him at 530 or 540k, maybe 520 if we're lucky, but definitely someone I'm looking at. Sinclair's another one. People are looking to bring him in this week, and solid pickup. Steele coming back should help. Would see him at halfback a lot more. Kick-in numbers haven't gone down that much, even with Wanganeen and Miller are taking more of them. So I definitely don't mind the pick, and definitely someone I'm considering. Lloyd, he's looking like the vintage seagull a little bit. Ceiling I question, but the consistency has most certainly been there, so could be a nice pod. Mills is probably a long shot for DPP. I don't know what the percentages look like, but Horse is throwing him around who knows where, so he's just one in consideration if he gets DPP. In the midfield we have the big 4 covered, so at this point it's pretty much get whoever we feel is best. Lachie Neale is next in line. Of course, North Melbourne just had to play him back into form, so we won't get the price drop we were hoping for, but definitely someone we want in the team soon. Merritt or Parrish, I think it'll be nice to have one of the Essendon mids. Their fixture does get a little bit easier, I think, from round 10 onwards, so we'll be looking at one of those two. Walsh or Cripps, I think it would be handy to have one of the Carlton mids, especially because they're a strong midfield in general. And Jack Steele, coming back from injury this week, a couple of 90s I think, or an 80 something and a 90 to start the season, and he should have a nice price drop, so definitely someone we'll be looking at. His fantasy numbers the first 2 rounds were really good too. I think he had 110 pluses in both, so it should work itself out in SuperCoach. In the rucks we already have 2 premiums, but if we want a luxury upgrade, English and Gawn are probably the 2 I look at. English especially, because he's just ridiculous. And Gawn will see how he goes first, but he'd be another I look at if I want to go there. And of course the potential forward DPP come round 12 could be something we look at. And the forward line, 1 spot left at this stage. Cogs is our main target, mainly due to his value, but we've got other good options around. Darcy Cameron when he comes back from injury. I've got Jeremy Cameron there, not likely to bring him in, but as a Cats fan, just love what he's doing. Such a fun player to watch, and he's really not just a key forward. Like, he gets a lot of the footy, he goes up the ground, so if there's any key forward you'd pick up, it's Jezza. Zach Butters I probably won't go with, but increased mid-time, best on ground against the Dogs, showing what he can do there, so add him to the watch list. And Petrarca just missed out on forward DPP, so he's definitely a watch for round 12 DPP changes. We might have our forward line finished by then, and he could be a luxury upgrade, so we'll see. But absolutely someone to keep on the radar for DPPs. So that's just a little look into my upgrade season planning. Of course, things can change in a heartbeat, but I feel like we've got a good foundation to attack upgrade season this year. So we'll see how it all goes, and hopefully the good luck continues from here. But that will do it. Good luck to you all for round 6, and see you in the next video.